What up? It's your boy, the Incredible Man, and I'm back at it again. And this is Kimetsu no Yaiba, episode 18, discussion/review. And it was absolutely fantastic. A lot of good stuff went down this episode, man. A lot of great stuff, man. Okay, so let's just talk about the episode, because if I don't, I'm gonna ramble the whole time. First off, man, okay, it started like exactly where it picked off last week, and they were still fighting the big spider monster dude, well, demon, and they still couldn't cut through him, but they was trying to get a little leeway so they can work something out, and dude was still just mollywhopping them, man. They couldn't do nothing to dude. And then Tanjiro and Inosuke both tried to cut him, and each tried to cut an arm, and they got nowhere, man. They made indentions in his arm, but they didn't cut nothing. And then dude kind of just like went berserk on him and just kind of just mollywopped both of them. And Tanjiro kind of flew back in the woods a little bit, and then he's kind of had this idea to where he cut the tree to fall on dude, and it fell on him. And that was a good thing, because he was chasing Inosuke, and Inosuke was probably going to die if the tree didn't fall on him. And Tanjiro had this idea. He was going to use his final water breathing technique to cut it. I wanted to see it. I wanted to see it so bad, man. And he was going to use it to cut the dude's head off, but dude didn't work that way. But before I continue this episode, I don't know if anybody else seen it. I don't know if anybody else is going to talk about it, but let's talk about the whole episode. Was animated very nicely. There was a few moments in like certain scenes, like maybe like when they got hit and like they flung across the screen or something, you know. But that's just movement. So sometimes those moments are going to be a little blurry. But overall, the episode was animated perfectly, in my opinion. But and I love the art style for the characters. But the moment that I want to talk about that was absolutely fantastic was the water. I don't know if anybody else seen it, but the moment when the tree fell on the demon and the water was just kind of like right there where you could tell he was breathing under the water and it was bubbling up, it looked like real water. That was like, it's like they took real water and just inserted it into this anime, man. That looked so real. It didn't even look CGI or fake anymore. That looked like real water. But that was the most beautiful scene, man. Then dude just lifts up the tree branch, and I thought Tanjiro was going to pull off his finishing water breathing style technique, and he didn't. And dude just lifts up the whole tree and swings it and hits Tanjiro, man. And I was like, no! But Tanjiro like was sent flying like way past, like dude was gone. Like he was like out of the picture. And he told Inosuke, just hold on till I come back. Survive until I come back, Inosuke. And I was like, that's my boy, man. I was like, Inosuke. And then like after that happened and Tanjiro was sent flying, Inosuke was like, no, I'm not gonna. He you know, he always has this thing like when it comes to Tanjiro, he's like, I'm not gonna listen to what you say. But what I really want to touch on, man, was when that happened. Well, before that happened, we got to see my boy Zenitsu still holding on, man. He was still holding on, and he almost gave up, but he can hear the voice of his sensei / adoptive grandfather, like, don't give up, don't give up. So he's gonna keep fighting, man. My boy he can't die, man. Zenitsu can't die. And then we pan back and we see I gotta find his name. Hold on. Okay, we see Giyu and Kano. I think that's her name. The butterfly demon chick. I think that's her name. But anyway, we see those two running through the forest to get to where, and they seen the bodies of all of the other dead demon slayers, and they were on their way to see if any other demon slayers was left alive, because there's a bunch of them and they're just dead, like everywhere. They're dead everywhere. And then we pan back to Inosuke fighting the big spider demon dude. And I called it in last week's episode, man. I knew dude was not one of the 12 demon moons. I knew it. I knew he wasn't. And I say that it's the dude that Tanjiro is fighting right now, which is one of the 12 demon moons, because we can see one eye. This is the only eye we see. But I say the one that's covered is going to reveal his number. That's what I say. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but I think because dude is strong. Like dude is like strong. But I don't want to get there yet. Then we have Inosuke going in a full blow fight with the big spider dude. And That fight was going in, man, and Inosuke was really getting nowhere until that moment that he stuck his sword in his arm to cut it, and he was like, he was thinking about what Tanjiro said, was like, well, don't die. And then he took this other sword and was just bamming it. And that is when his arm finally got cut off. And when that happened, the big spider demon dude ran, and Inosuke ran after him. And when he did, dude couldn't find him, so he had to use his searching technique. And dude was up in the top of a tree. But before I go back, continuing to that fight, because that fight was pretty good, we get Tanjiro finally landing, and he's coming in contact with the chick that we seen last week, the spider demon chick, and the other dude that was like running around telling everybody what to do. And he's like just abusing the brakes off her, man. And Tanjiro steps in and tells him that that's wrong. You guys are, you know, I thought you guys were allies. He's like, we're not. We're more than that. We're family. And he was like, well, if you're family, why are you abusing her and beating her up? He was like, this has nothing to do with you, okay? And Tanjiro just calls him out on his wrongdoings, man. And dude was furious. And then we get this flunky, stupid demon slayer, other demon slayer that was just lurking around because his whole crew had died. And he's just there trying to build his reputation. And he comes in, and dude, you can tell, if you were a true demon slayer, you like mastered your techniques and stuff, man, you could tell that the air and the atmosphere around dude was completely different to all of the other. You could tell that the situation there was very tense, and it was going heavy. And dude was like, yeah, he's a small demon, so I'm going to take him out and attack him. In the moment that he done that, which I thought was the most stupidest thing you could ever do. You can read a situation like that and tell that this dude is not your average demon, man. And he comes up, and dude like splits him into a million pieces. Like his head, like he cut everything up. Head, body, torso, sword, everything. Everything was just cut. And then we shoot back to Inosuke, and he's still fighting the big demon. And then they show us another panel of the butterfly chick there with my boy Zenitsu. I'm hoping she saves him. Maybe she has something to take out the poison or rescue the poison from his body. And then we shoot back to Inosuke fighting the demon, and he finds him up in the tree. And next thing you know, Zenitsu was like, yeah, I'm going to kill him. And then next thing you know, dude starts to shed his skin, and like he becomes bigger, faster, and way stronger than before, man. Because this time, Inosuke went to kill him and cut him. Well, before that, Zenitsu kind of gave up. I mean, not Zenitsu, Inosuke kind of gave up. It's like, he was like, he dropped his arms and everything. He's like, I don't know what to do, man. This is way stronger than I thought. And then what Tanjiro said, and this was a nice callback, man, is what the lady at the end said when they were resting. Well, good luck in battle. All those emotions came rushing back to him, and he was like, I'm not gonna die. And he started to attack the demon, and like his swords broke, man. And now we know this from a couple episodes, like midway through, that these swords were made so they could withstand and cut demons. So they were pretty strong. But both of his swords broke, man. Like on dude's skin, they couldn't do nothing, and they broke. But that wasn't it for Inosuke, man. He was gonna fight until the end, man. So he took both of his swords and just stuck it in dude's throat. And next thing you know, man, that done nothing either. But the demon grabbed his head and was just crushing it, man. Dude was already hurt and wounded and injured badly, man. And like the demon, like hands was like this big. He was just crushing his head, and you could just see the blood just pouring out of his boar's mask. And then we get a nice flashback to, I'm assuming, his mom, and she kind of just abandoned him off of a cliff, but not because she was evil or anything. We can even get from the picture and what was going on. She had blood on her, so either a demon was attacking her, or somebody from the village didn't like her or something, and they were attacking her. And she only wanted her son to live. But the funny thing is, he didn't remember this. He didn't remember none of this because he was an infant. He was an infant. So I would love to get a backstory on Inosuke, man, because he only appeared and he stuck around, and we enjoy him as a character. But I would love to get a backstory. We just got a minor backstory from my boy Zenitsu, and you know, we lived Tanjiro's backstory. But I would love to get a backstory for Inosuke, man, because his past seems a little tragic as well. But then we get to the greatest moment of this episode. There was a lot of good moments, but the greatest moment is when my boy what's his name again? I forgot. Giyu from the very first episode comes back. And he straight mollywop the demon, man. He chops dude's arms off, and while he was trying to kill Inosuke, then he comes in, and I did not know this. I knew that he sent Tanjiro to the guy to train, Mr. Udakeri, whatever, his sensei. He sent him there to train him to become a demon slayer. But I did not know that he's Tanjiro's senpai. I did not know that he's Tanjiro's senpai or senior. I did not know that, man. This was absolutely fantastic, and it was great information to get, because now that we know that he's Tanjiro's senior, he's going to be super surprised when he sees Tanjiro there in the forest. I know it, and I can't wait for them to have a reunion, because it's going to be nice. But when he hit that water breathing style technique, man, it was absolutely fantastic. I did not know he was Tanjiro's senior. But then that happens. He just demolished this demon like it was nothing. And I was looking it up to try to find his name, and it took me to something else. But when I found him, I learned that he's a pillar. Like, so that's got to be one of the strongest members of the demon corps, man. It's gonna be. No, I found some other stuff. I don't know what's going on anymore, man. This is too weird. No. Okay, yeah, this. Okay, see, I'm looking at some stuff over here, and I'm seeing like former pillars. We have Zenitsu's sensei, aka grandfather. We have we have Mr. Urokodakaiki, anyway, Tanjiro sensei, and he's Giyu sensei too. And then we have the insect pillar. Okay, and I'm thinking that's the chick that saved that she's there with Giyu. She's the chick with Giyu. I may have used the wrong name. The Kano Surui chick may have, she's her disciple. Okay, dude, this is so deep. I'm just looking at this, and it's getting deeper and deeper. I need to read the manga. I need to read the manga. This is way deep. But then we get to Tanjiro fighting the other little spider demon, and Tanjiro was handling business, man. He was like reading the senses, the smell, and everything. And then he tries to attack dude, and his sword breaks, and then it cuts to black. You cannot end like that. It was absolutely too great for you to end on that note. You did not need to end like that, man. But dude, I'm so about this pillar stuff. There's some stuff going on, man. So the insect chick that's there with Giyu is a former pillar. Oh man, it's so much. The Tanjiro sensei is a former pillar. Zenitsu sensei is a former pillar. It is so, oh my gosh, there's so much going on. Okay, I gotta end this video. This is 13 minutes, and I did not want it to be this long. Okay, this is your boy Dick Incredible, man. Don't forget to smash that like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe. But only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life. Peace out.